Yeah, you see that part, that part that you talked about now. You see that part. You're right. You see that part. We're gonna leave it to the police to now do the job. When they do their job, even if they've deleted it, if they've wiped it off, as you said, they will confess. Look, I have seen where police, where they carry out investigation, where they investigate people. Not, we're not even talking about criminals, like even adding criminals. They will tell them what they will see. At some point, they're gonna tell them what it is, what really happened, what they did with it. They will say it. They will say it. So when they say that, that becomes an evidence again. That's gonna become a written, well documented evidence against them. So that is why I am saying that I am thinking. You see, the petition that Supreme Mayor Lady, you see, to be honest, they did a very lovely thing. They did a very amazing thing. They immediately we talked about on our platform that look, Yomi's petition is not a petition. That's just a letter. It's never a petition. So don't. Nobody should wonder why police is not inviting anybody, because nobody's going to invite anybody over over such a letter. And then action was taken. That's the kind of action that can lead to justice for Mohbad, getting justice for Mohbad, because you need petitions to go in. Let's see. I'm actually waiting to see what what is gonna come out of that petition. Whether they're gonna say that the police, they have refused to treat
And
it.
by the way,
You know the
They've
best
refused
thing,
to treat it.
mhm.
what I think the best thing about that petition is Mr. Aloba was not involved in it at all, so he can't deny it at any time at all.
And we don't need any of the corporate, any of the family or me, or
Probably
we
right.
don't need anybody. This is public petition, right? So the public is acting on behalf of the public and leaving the decision. And just Jack, just to buttress your point, another petition will be going out soon, right? It's that's being cooked up at the moment. And the petition that we should be focusing on is about digital forensic. We're asking the police to do the right thing, investigate all these people's phone, and you don't need the physical phone. Sometimes you can get a yes, but
Very correct.
with the number alone, you can still get some substantial evidences, calls, who was the call made to, and you can even filter it down. If it's call talking about girlfriend last night, that's not what you want. If it's a call talking about, oh yes, I deposited this money into your account, you follow that out. You know how it goes, Jack. So you streamline everything that's been said by the party, whether from Wumi's phone, from Baba's phone, from Adura's phone, from Mohbad's phone number himself, who was making calls to, that would cost a bit of money for the police, but it can be done. And let me tell you this, from a reliable source and from the people that I've met over here, yeah, by virtue of, also maybe by luck over my position, which I've met, Nigeria, Nigeria government has one of the most intelligent police in the world. You'll be surprised. Highly trained. So if they really want to do it, they can crack this case. You know, they have people who has been sent abroad, trained abroad, trained under the MI5, trained under the CIA and FBI, and these are Nigerians for Nigerian government. They have them. So if they want to do things, they can do it. It's just about who's going to press the button, who's going to give the green light to do
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Richie, you see that video, that 3 second video thing. People, I don't understand why people are not really. I was expecting that it's gonna get more momentum than it got. And the truth is this: people don't understand that that is actually justice right there, staring at them. And they all they do is stay on the app and curse their father, curse their mother. I mean, poking into people's matters that can't lead you to nothing. To be honest, because when that thing happened, I was like, could it be like is some kind of, I don't know. I think the spirit of Mubad, to be honest, is actually making all of this guys, all of these people that were involved in his death, is making them to be restless, because under normal circumstances it's I don't know, I was like, I was baffled, I was surprised when I heard that that was actually real, that it was actually coming from. So to be honest, look, I'm not gonna be surprised. You see this video we're talking about, you'll be surprised how many of these boys have it. You will be surprised how many people, even in Mubad's family, that have it. You'll be surprised that even the father, the mother, they've seen this video. You'll be surprised that most of them have seen this video, because for I remember something I was, for Karimon to say in our words that when everything became, when the family, our own family, started acting so strange, whatever, and then she had to go to my mom's house, and she called Adura. She grabbed Adura's, and she was like telling Adura, is there something else to the death of your brother? Is there something that you need to say, that you can tell about the death of your brother? Is there something you would like to tell me? And then she said that Mama Uba just ran from where she was and grabbed Adura's hand, saying to Adura, don't talk, oh, don't talk. So if truly indeed such a video is in Adura's phone, so you think the mother wouldn't have seen it? And that is why
Jack,
me
yes,
personally,
yes, yes.
personally,
There's probability.
personally, let me
It's a
let me tell you
plausible.
something, Ricky.
It's a plausible
Personally,
statement.
I'm gonna say something. I've said that, I'm gonna say it again. You see, all of those people that have worked with that man called Joseph Aloba, or everybody I'm talking about, when I'm talking about the key people, the Buki just said whatever, I can't remember the names right now. The rest of them. These people, they are they are ardent criminals.
Mercenaries,
That
we
fa-
call them
that
mercenaries. Yeah.
family that family is a family of crime. Is a family of criminals. Because how else will you how else do you want to explain this? That one of your own was killed, and it is so convenient for all of you to cover up the killers. You are indeed a killer. You are nothing but a killer. So for all of the people supporting them and giving the man, what's it called? Giving the man accolades, Father of the Year. You guys are mad, man. You guys are crazy, all crazy.
Jack, emotions run dry. Right? When you look at, we've said many things. We identify many loopholes, red flags that should have been followed, but for some well, the reason it wasn't properly followed. And on the woman's side, being the spouse and the person who saw Mohbad live last, right? And for my part, she's refusing to talk. She's muted. She rarely comes out to say anything. So basically, and sometimes silence, you can say, people say it's golden, but when it comes to criminal aspect, silence means guilt sometimes, right? So, and according to what we heard, that she has been interrogated on six, questioned, I will use that word, questioned on six occasions. So she's never a named suspect, right, in these instances. So like I said, what we need to do is push for more petition, 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 because that's the public voice, right? Group of petition. Let the let the government knows that we're not ready to put this case to bed until the justice is served. like I said, in all these things, we can even ask police in the petition that why don't you do a digital forensic as part of your investigation? We can push for that. We can press for it. That we want all the digital forensic, meaning phones and bank accounts. We want them to extend those things so far to those things because this will bring a lot of information, a lot of leads to be followed as to what happened,
They,
you know.
they ought to have done. They ought to have done that. To be honest, seriously that country is a shithole, because that's the number one thing they were supposed to have done. They should have done that. Carried that out even on Blessing's phone, Baba Mama Mohbad's phone, all the members of that family, Wumi's
Exactly.
phone, Adura's
Exactly.
phone, all those boys in that house. You see, this case would have just. This case is. I don't understand. This
Especially
case would have
spending.
taken more than 2 3 weeks. I mean, to go
Yeah.
I mean, for it for these people to be arraigned in
And
court.
lioness, I just answer your question. The police never said Wunmi is silent, except for her being silent publicly. That's what I meant. I've never mentioned that the police said Wunmi is silent. Of course, she was questioned, and she wasn't put in the suspect box. So, if that answer your question, hi aristocrat. Good morning, sir.
Bonjour, mademoiselle, messieurs.
Merci.
Ça
Good
va?
morning.
Tout ça va?
Ça va bien, merci. ThunderFire, IRA. Pams, how you doing now? I don't know if you speak Dutch much. Oh.
Adena.
Aquaba.
So, do you speak German? That speaks to Dutch.
Yeah, yes,
Good.
Nagaten. Yes, Naga, thanks.
Also, okay. Hollandisch. Then, okay. So, aristocrat, I'm
Now
sure.
only
Then
Orlando you got. Me, I know. Which one be Orlandish?
it's Danish.
Oh, Danish. Okay. No, I don't speak Danish. No. Yeah, Mr. Aristocrat, do you want to
Just
you
join
have
you
something?
now. Now I don't know what to now they talk. This year, me, I just did for my own. This year is going to be filled with a lot of activities globally, as I have seen in my what do you call it now? In my balls. So I'm only gearing up. It's going to be interesting, exciting, wailing as usual, while some will prosper. But it's going to be a trying year across the world. So you people in the Europe, Western world, get ready for some weather mumbo jumbo. But it's
Mm,
just cool. But if you are still talking about this mobile issue, I don't know. Make una go rest. Maybe we deal with something better for this year. I don't tell una since last year how the thing they go. And I like to just exercise. We just have to take the higher ground actually. You know, from where I stand and from what I've gathered since last year, I'll continue to say the family is complicit, the people around them is complicit, and there has been a lot of misinformation and there has been a lot of media narrative to change perspective. But the fact remains, which nobody will ever doubt, is the family have moved on. None of us doubt that. They've moved on. They've used the public sympathy to have a closure and to relaunch themselves. And those who have benefited have benefited. They've relaunched themselves and they are moving on. But just like the word is, if someone is doing what is right, the person will have supporters. If you are doing what is wrong, you will also have supporters. So either way you take it, there are people who see things the way someone see it, especially people that are beclouded with their sentiments and have this kind of sympathy, not empathy, because people don't really know the difference between empathy and sympathy. And they have this kind of sympathy and they see the urge to fulfill their own inadequacy in someone else and feel good. I.e., people sending $50, $20, 50,000, 5,000, and all that, and they can't even do the same to their own family or relatives. And they always tell them it's hard, it's hard, it's hard. But they come on social media and put support where it shouldn't be. It's a psychological defect where they are trying to project their insecurity onto something else and trying to see ways that they can, measure. I see that a lot. Having said that, the family from beginning have entered, a conspiracy of silence, and that has been from the get-go. And these have revealed himself. And I've said in the past, in a case like this, as time goes on, some information will be filtering in, and all of us will say, ha, 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 it's not new. It's like that. If you not catch person committing a crime, or like your two eye with two witnesses, the rest is story. And from beginning of this, when this matter started, many people will come and say they grew up with Mohbad, telling you some fiction stories, some adiches, some rise written stories, or all these friction, telling you a lot of things. Some will be as if they grew up with the father, as if they were there when it happened. And people stupidly, as usual, which is characterized by the nature of the public, they accept it and begin to expatiate and analyze. And they'll be telling you your own life story, even in your presence, why they are not there. And that is what it is. And these have helped when Yoruba will say, Araro bomb lower, when the lightning helped the
Gaslighting.
bomb to reach where it should be. You could call it gaslighting. When there is thunder, you boom, that big bang, and you now put bomb. And the noise of the thunder and that of the bomb itself will be larger than it is. And this is what it has been. It is what it has been. I will not forget what Supreme said one day. He said when she spoke to Baba, that Baba have moved on. Baba said, I have accepted. And that was why we went to bury him. They've all accepted. All this coming out after fact and trying to do holy, holy. Is it not the same man that did a live production, singing, doing birthday for a child that is still in the morgue? Why the same person came the other time and went to court to fight, what is his name?
African
Pastor
TV.
Jerry, Pastor, what is his name? African TV, for wanting to celebrate the boy. He's the same man that came out, had a full band, and he made changes of clothes 3 times, celebrating. But none of the other children were there. Or if, aside the clip I saw, I don't know if they were also there to celebrate the day their father was celebrating them. None of the children were there. Is that not a question mark? The same person that says, each time I hear about the child, I feel sad, it was the same one that was singing and was praising. What are we talking about? They've moved on. Yes, the public came out to say, exhume. They took permission from the, let's exhume and do. He don't exhume. Spirit, he don't go. The boy was under the earth for more than 7 days. He don't go. We couldn't leave all those story. All those ones say, I see mobile spirit. Oh, that one. That story that touch. I know your spirit. Now story that touch. People only want to feel. People only want to feel their what will I say? Their imaginations. That is what they want to feel. But the truth sense of this is this. Let's look at it logically. I go to the police, I reported the crime, and I gave police half of what I know. Don't you think, in the first place, I have designed it in a way for the police to fail? That is number one. Number two, don't you also think that act was criminal under the law? Number three, I now began to leave the police after I've told police everything I will say, and police have identified anybody that reported a crime to police. Police will ask you, who do you suspect? Police will ask you, who do you suspect? Who did they say they suspected? Police took those people, and things are evolving. But conversation in the public and through their own body language, commentaries, and all that is telling us that is more to this. I then ask, police are not spiritual. Police will work on information you give to them. And in a case like this, police will not torture you, especially if you are not a suspect. Because when you get to court, you can easily trash whatever police present and say, whatever I say in that place was under duress. A gun was put to my head and I was told to say this. And the judge will confirm, is it true? No. Your word against it, the judge will cancel it and say, expunge such from the record. That is the waste of time and public fund. It is the same family. But if the family will always come out through their agents and their well-wishers and those who claim they are the father of the disease camp fans, and they will always come and say, hey, write petition that, petition this, petition what? The people that went to report to police, what did they tell the police? If they have more to say, why didn't they go back to the police and tell them that is more information? Because police will always say, if you forget anything now, come back and tell us at any time if you remember anything. Why haven't they gone back to tell them what they remembered? I saw a video Papariano played yesterday or something, pointing one arrow to someone. When that happened, who reported this thing in 2023? Did any of them reported it to the police? After they went to the inquest, did they even mention it at the inquest? Is that not something that should be scared? Why would someone put handkerchief over him? Who is the person? Nobody have seen that person except that video. And in Nigeria, or in a place like Nigeria, when you don't have data record and all those kind of things for you to track people, even where you can track people, it takes a while to get them. It's the case of someone that bought a calabash and put an inscription on it, 80 has your name. If someone steals that calabash, it is when you see the calabash that you know is your calabash. It is gone. In a crowd when you have nobody, in a country where you have a lot of porous border. So if someone truly commits a crime and you don't report at the earlier stage, it's gone. Secondly, when is this video coming out? What have they been telling the police? If truly they've told the police all these things, all of them, Karima, whoever that have been talking all kind of gibberish all this while for over a year, if they've told the police and police did not act on it, that is a different ball. It's a different pot of kettle or whatever, kettle of fish. It's a different
Sorry,
ball game. You will not be
sorry,
saying, police, we gave you everything you
you?
wanted, you did
Please.
not do it.
I'm trying to please I'm trying to understand why are we talking about the handkerchief? Is it there's possibility that the handkerchief was laced with a drug like Rufinol or something like that? Why?
Bros,
What's
in
important
a
about it?
case like this,
Yeah.
yes, in a case like this, and you talk like anywhere in the world, everything that is suspicion that you have seen before the death and after the death of a disease, you should report to the police, yes?
Mhm.
Am I right? Now, look
Yes.
at that case
Yeah.
of handkerchief. It would be a conspiracy. There was a conspiracy that mohbad's injury, it was Obama Kenje.
Exactly.
And you could recall that Prime Boy alleged that the police investigating officer threatened him by they saying that we have the dagger you use against your friend. Yes?
Yeah.
And that is one of those things that left that boy, gave him a kind of soft landing because, they tried to put him under pressure and all that. That itself is a conspiracy. Now, if police could follow such conspiracy, now you have a video when the guy was in a crowd, someone used a white handkerchief in the African setting. When people you don't know for Adam come to use something to rub your face or your body, you take it serious because it's mostly diabolical. In fans, when in crowd, when a star, a musical, an entertainment star is walking, people don't use something to rub their body. They only greet them, want to shake them. Why are you using a handkerchief to rub his face? Did he tell you he's sweating? Did he say he doesn't have something to wipe his face? That is a suspicion ground. So why did it take them this time to release such? Another question mark. Why would Blessing tell the father, Baba, your son is dead, but when you get there, put am for body, a camera, and some other things. What are you cameraing for? Why would the father that claimed he wasn't giving police report go to Ikorodu? Ikorodu has a police command. And you have suspicion of the death of your child. Why did they go straight to a police? We are coming from Lekki. We've gone to 2 police stations. They did not give us. We are here. This is my last bus stop. You must give me a report. I want you to investigate this thing. In another police command in Ikorodu before they went to the morgue. The monk even rejected them. What if when they are moving the body about, vigilante, security, or police accosted them and said, you killed this guy? What would they say? Can they say no? But they will still be detained. They won't be able to bury that body and the investigation will commence. So a whole lot of things is going on, and nobody will tell me that they they are grieving. That is why they won't think of all those things. What are you talking about? When the widow of the deceased, Wumi said, I told Baba, Ero Okuye. That is a clear suspicion.
Yeah,
And you
there's a
all
lot of
now
red
agree
flag.
to bury. You know now agree to bury Ero Oku. Information coming in did not even say straight that they actually wanted to go to police station to say investigate this matter. They just need a covering letter to move from point A to point B. What are we talking about? So a whole lot of red flag. Now, in this sort of information, let's say police did not do the right thing. You say Nigerian police are very intelligent. I've worked with them. They're very intelligent. They ask some stupid question that even you yourself, you no go know when you go tell them those things. Now, in this case, they came with those ones. They still come by telling us that when police went to Mohbad's house, police wouldn't have looked for possible CC camera footage. Now it is we, the public, that is now looking for it for police. What are we talking about? Are they that dumb? In an estate that they all know that most estates on the island have CCTV cameras. Are we saying police wouldn't have asked for it? Are we saying police wouldn't have gotten anything? Now, for the suspect that the police got, are we saying police have not done forensic for their phone? If we are saying so, what has the lawyers to the family done by inquiring, by writing letter and demanding that, have you done this, have you done it, so that they get an official report for what they have done and what they have not done? Because police do that. When you make official you want official response from Nigerian police and you write them, they will respond to you. They do that. I've seen that many times. So what have they done? For me, these are clear questions for me. These are clear questions. And the way this thing has dragged is like even the persecuting team wouldn't want to go to court without substantive evidences, not circumstantial evidences that can be debunked by the defendant. In this whole case, what substantive evidence have we seen? Only one, that a nurse injected him, he reacted to the whatever, and he died. That is the only substantive. Every other thing are insinuation and circumstantial evidences. which can be easily trashed by the court. It then says that if you put all these things together, who do we all, if you put ourselves as Nigerian police, who do we think police can add to the team of suspects? I don't see, because that is nothing except assumption. Oh, neglect of care, neglect of that, neglect of this. Every other person around him neglected him. I listened to one audio of Heidi Kabasa, and he said the death of Mohbad is one thing. He said there is a bigger one on how the guy was treated while he's alive. Everybody around him never helped that guy. His family, his team, he was going through a lot of things. They never helped
It
him.
was dead before death.
Are you getting me? So that itself is a bigger thing. And tell you what, I've spoken to people, handling things like this. They say, oh God, this thing don't spoil. And I'll go back to my usual adage. Wọ́n ní amúkun o, ẹrù ẹ wọ́, ó ní ìsàlẹ̀ òkèlè ẹwọ́ ẹ wò sàlẹ̀. A cripple that is carrying a load that have knuckle legs, and you look at it and say, your load is not straight, so it's tilted. You say, no look load, look down. Now my leg no straight. Now he make my load to tilt. From beginning, from foundation, this thing is already messed up. The least the government will do is go through the procedure. Let's do autopsy test. Let's do toxicology. Let's go to the inquest. Let's hear what people will say. When people have said all these things, we now bring it together. All the lawyers that participated in the inquest, they will make their recommendation. They will look at it. But that is one thing that is going to win a case anywhere in the world. Evidences, not assumptions. Now, if we all here today can attest to the fact that even if we are made to be judged on this matter, without any prejudice, without saying you know anything about this case, how will you judge it? Who among all the suspects would you say is complicit in the death of Mohbad? It is only the nurse that have acclaimed that she injected him. Whether she did or she not, I don't know. All the talk about he died on Monday, not Tuesday, is still on assumption. Because the report from the police, from the hospitals, indicated Tuesday. And the people around him are not even helping with the information they will do. Now, why will it take them years, over a year, to now come with 2 videos pointing us to something else? Are they trying to confuse us again? They are pointing us to another direction. The video of someone rubbing handkerchief on him at the concert, the video of 3 seconds, oh bloody 3 seconds. Why haven't they come with the full seconds? What are we talking about? Why are they coming with those things now? Is it not to further distract, confused? Now, if I'm a police officer, I will close my ears to social media because it's confusing. It's confusing. Even things you hear from the members of the family is confusing. Analysis of the public is making analysis on wrong premises. It's confusing. So if you look at this case, really, I don't believe God will come and the fact on ground. Yes, some people will be taken to the criminal court. It is only the nurse here, as at what is open to us, that has fully admitted I injected him and he reacted. Even the autopsy report, all the substance detected in his body are not enough to kill him. And they've not discovered they didn't discover any poison. They didn't. We are waiting for the one the family has said they're going to do. Because I know, humanly, if the family knows there is something germane in the result of this new autopsy, they will have been crying for the sun to come down and burn everybody. They will have been more violent, more agitative. But they are not agitative. They are in a celebration mode, conducting concerts, preaching and preaching, talking so subtly, inner wrangling, inner fight in their camps. It shows that there is nothing substantive from the test they've gone to do. We are back to square one. That is what it means. Because if truly there is, you and I, if Nami and you, humanly, there are things we'll be doing. Things we will be doing now. I'm very sure the lawyers will have perfected a number of petitions. They will really have cause to even go to court on certain things.
Yeah, I
But
have a
are they
question
doing
about
it?
this petition thing, aristocrat.
They are not doing jack.
Before
Michi,
you came,
Michi,
the question that
can
I
I
had.
can I please question?
1 minute, Jack, please. I don't want to lose this. The question that
Okay.
was what I was discussing with Jack before is, can the public still petition the police to do the due diligence on digital forensic, i.e., phones and bank accounts, a month before and a month after the passing of mohbad? Does the public
Yes,
have a
yes.
chance? Yeah.
Well, this is what I'll say. It is an ongoing investigation, so you can't throw out any possibility of anything that could help. If the public writes the Lagos state, not the federal is not handling this matter. Now, if you like the Lagos State Commissioner, you can copy the IG, whatever, and you write the necessary department to say, in this ongoing case, we as the public, member of the public, have done some dipstick, and we believe that there is more to this, to it that meets the eye, and we believe there is need to do phone forensic and etc. on this. I would strongly believe that police should follow this line. If that is done and it is backed up with some kind of advocacy, police will do it. What kind of advocacy am I talking about? I gave these people one idea that day and they refused to do it. And I see that they are not serious. Office of the Nigerian police, they've been saying they are not doing anything. The police don't do that, police don't do this. Why can't Baba Mohbad go with his lawyers and have some people behind him with banners
Thank you. We're not going
and
for
go in
Baba
front? No.
public.
Try to get what I'm saying. I'm not going for him. I'm saying
I
I
said
said
we're
that
not
thing.
even asking his help. We're not even getting him involved.
Yes. No. See, just see it as this. See it as this. When they were saying police is not doing this, police is not doing that, why can't the lawyer, Baba Mohbad lawyer, write a formal letter of demand and saying, we've analyzed this, we think, we are not saying doing it, please focus on it. And they go there. You know when you go to National Assembly, you need to present a letter. You understand what I mean? The way they go, that is what they will do. And they will go to commissioner's office. And you will see banner. Commissioner will come out and say, we are working on your job. Hey, you are working on the job. It's only once you've given us report. Public must see, number one. Number two, we feel this, we have done it. We actually will not talk because we are not giving report. This is our letter of demand. We want to hear from you from the next 48 hours. Get back to us. If you don't get back to us, we will know you are also complicit in this. Do you think police will say they won't get back to them when journalists have followed them and they televise it? Police will get quick. The following day, you will see police will come and give a report. You will see police will say, we've done this, we've done that. And if they've not done it, it will count against them. Because when you get to call, you now say, maybe you say you did full forensic. Oh yeah, give us the evidence of your full forensic. If they can't find voila, don't come. Are you getting what I'm saying? Also, the public can do the same. The public can gather themselves. All this one, your means goes to in front of court making noise. No need that. Go to the commissioner's office. Go with journalists. Send them letter that we are coming with our demand. They won't do anything to you. And you go with some lawyers. If they detain anybody, you will pay them, daddy. And you go there. And the letter is available. Just like you you give to them and then you do follow up. You now begin to hammer the police. Police, we've told you what we want to hear. You are the one not giving us report. You are the one, you only come out once for how many months? You are not giving us status. You say this, you say that. Investigation is ongoing. What have you found out? We believe this, we believe that. We've been hearing many things. What have you done? You will see that police will come for the pressure from the public. That is how we get things done. So, in this kind of petition you are talking about, that kind of petition shouldn't be something they will go and submit and say, you go like you go to protest. You will send a
Exactly.
letter and say, we are coming to visit you. You will go with journalists, right? They won't touch you. They will not touch you because it's a public demand. You can go with 1 or 2 NGOs. It's a public demand. It's a pressure thing. Police, this matter, we don't want it to be like that. We've not seen. Police will now stay their own side of the story. Because to an extent, the public have not heard the side of police. And police is not coming out to say, force them to do it. Under the free FOI law, free information, they are supposed to give to us. It's an investigation. They are supposed to give it to us. So the public can always demand for this thing. Are they doing it? They are not doing it. All they do is, we do this, you'll be shouting PI, PI. You don't need PI in this case again. I don't know what PI will see. The case don't go. PI, I don't see
Okay.
anything.
Another question.
So,
Do you
Richie,
think?
Richie,
Yes. Okay.
before you
Sorry.
ask question, please, I want to say some things with regards to what Asgra said, because if you keep asking question, then what he has said before, I won't be able to express opinion on it.
Okay. Okay. Please go. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. First of all, I want us to put things in right perspective. Number one is this: we, or let me say, the people that are still, that are still the people that have not given up, or we that have not given up, in this whole case of mohbad, it is not because of the family. It is not because of Baba Mohbad or anybody or the family. It is because this issue is such that poses an existential threat to the society. The number two is this. Look, if you are to put things in the right perspective, this all that is happening today in this case is as a result of systemic failure. It is systems failure. The government and the police, they fail the people woefully before even talking about the family failing the people. And all of this old failure we're talking about, it's this is societal moral decadence that has culminated into all of this system failure that we're talking about. Because number one is this: when let's assume, Baba Mohbad, okay, oh, and those people that carried the body of Mohbad to that police station, oh, they did the wrong thing. That is why we are humans, and that is why we are the public, we are the people. We are not the custodians of law. So now, how about the police station where they now took a dead body to, requesting for a paper, requesting for an authorization, something that will make you take that body away. And the police officer, even having clearly stated that you will not give them that document that will enable them to transport that body, you still allow them. What are you supposed to do? Because you are the custodian of law. You know the law. You have to enforce the law on the people. You have to enforce the law on them. Because human beings, we naturally want to commit crimes. We naturally don't want to obey the law. But as an law enforcement agent, you enforce the law. They were supposed to detain those people with the body. And that was where investigation should have started. So the government failed woefully, and the police failed woefully. Because no matter how much I will say, oh, the family, I will have to be honest in all things. The Nigerian government and the police, they are a catastrophic failure. They failed the people. And that is why we are where we are today. If they had detained those people, detained Baba Mohbad, detained all of those people in the car with the body they were carrying, illegal body, because the police asked them, when this incident happened, where did you report this case? Have you reported this case to any police station? They said no. That alone in itself is an act of illegality. That is more than sufficient for them to have detained all of them till daybreak, even if it was midnight. And we won't be where we are today. From there, they will take the body back to the house with those people to investigate what happened. Everything is still fresh. Or is it Baba Mohbad again that will tell the police what you were supposed to do? That you were supposed to. No wonder the man was even saying that I was expecting that they would detain us, because he shouldn't be the one even thinking that in his head. The law enforcement officers should have detained them, locked them up, because it will be assumed that they were the ones. All of those people, they are responsible for the death of that dead body. Because why didn't you report? There must be incident report whenever there is such an occurrence took place. Systems failure, that's what you see. All of this noise, all of this cry up and down, people causing their family, shouldn't have been necessary at all. Who caused it? The government and whatever they call themselves, the police. They failed. Before you can be talking about the family's failure. Look, I've said something. You see, the family's failure wouldn't have been necessary, wouldn't have impacted this
Jack,
whole
let
thing.
me ask you a
Sorry,
question.
let me just
Jack,
finish, please.
let me
There's
ask you
something
a
I want to
question.
finish first. No, I'm going to forget my thought. Let me just quickly, you are going to ask me, but let me finish. The family's failure wouldn't have impacted this justice for Mohbad so badly. Because if you're talking about conspiracy of silence, all over the world, everywhere, there is no criminal that will commit a crime that will just willingly want to come out, want to confess. No, it doesn't happen. That the silence is always their weapon. They want to keep silent. But some, they're going to talk. How do you get them to talk? That is the work of the government and the agencies. They're parastatals. You will get them to talk by intense interrogation. That is how you get truth out of criminals. You can't say, oh, because the family don't want to talk, and then you just leave them like that. What effort have you made to get them talking? I have witnessed many times where police get criminals in Nigeria talk. We're talking about hardened criminal, not all of these boys that they don't even know nothing. Most of them, they've not even slept. They've never been to Kirikiri before. We're talking about hardened criminals. There's a way they do it. And don't forget, the reason why I said it is a system failure is because, and I stand to be corrected, it is because all homicides, all killings, this is not a matter of land between one man, or he beat me, or he stole my money, or he stole my whatever, and then they beg me, I want to forgive. No. Homicide, killings, under compulsion. The government must investigate and prosecute those that are involved. You must investigate and prosecute all homicide, killings.
I think your
Most especially
reception,
when it is no natural death.
Jack, are you moving? Your reception is
What?
off. Your reception
Oh,
is
can
off
you hear
and
me
on.
now? Can you hear me? Hear me now?
Now better.
Can you hear me now?
Now better.
Sorry. What was the last thing you heard? What was the last time you heard? What was the last thing you heard, brother?
Just the last statement, basically. It was just off and on.
Oh, this last thing. Okay. Yeah. So they are under compulsion to investigate and prosecute all homicide, all killings, all deaths resulting from homicide, resulting from killings. Without whether the family is interested or not, it is none of their business. It doesn't matter. It is inconsequential, highly inconsequential. This one that people are now saying, Baba Mohbad, if you want to, you crazy, man. We're talking about homicide here, man. It doesn't have nothing to do with them. If they are culpable, they're going down. If they're the one that killed Mohbad, they will go to prison, man. If they're to be given capital of offense punishment, they will be given. Doesn't that tell you that it doesn't matter whether the family of that person exists or not? The family of the deceased does not. They have no say to whether the who has been taken away from them
Oh,
should be prosecuted or not. It must be prosecuted. It must be investigated. What happened? You can hear me.
yeah, it was off and on again for a few
You can hear me,
minutes.
Rich.
It was off and on for a few
Oh,
minutes.
sorry
Yeah.
about this. Okay, let me step. Let me step downstairs. Let me step downstairs.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be. Oh, you can hear me. Okay, so can I carry on? Okay. Okay. So to be honest, I am not
Sorry,
saying that the
Jacob Mole, it's
family
not my network.
not
You can see the Jack's network when it fails. Okay. You can actually see Jack's network showing the red
I think I can see
dotted.
it. I think I can see it. Well, I think it's good now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good now.
Okay.
So I've just
Okay,
corrected
thank
J
you.
for Mole.
Oh, thanks, thanks. So the family as well, we know. We're not talking about that one. We know. They felt woefully, we know. But who how do I say it now? Who made that failure? Who enabled that failure? It is the failure of the government themselves, the police, the system that gave birth to their own failure, that allowed their own failure to occur. Otherwise, they don't want to talk. They don't want to talk. Of course, criminals won't talk. But there is a way. The authority will get you to talk. So maybe at that point, because some other things I want to say have I kind of like they kind of like elude me right
No,
now.
Jack, thank you. What I was actually wanted to ask Aristocrat. Can you hear me? Sorry, am I audible?
Richie, you're
Yes.
clear.
Okay, what I wanted to ask Aristocrat is just in line with what Jack just said. Is there any way, Aristocrat, I don't know how this works, but in Western world it works like that. You know, when police are on a case, they have a kind of sequential conference. It could be like every 3 months or 4 months, and just sit down in the media front, and question and answer will be taken. They first give out their update, and then question and answer will follow after their update. Why can't we demand for such a thing on this case? Is that possible to demand for that, Aristocrat?
Richie, that was what I said earlier. That was why I said you need to take demand to them. They need to come and give updates because they've not been giving updates. And that has created the lacuna of the public thinking otherwise. So, number one, in
Hmm?
terms of the police end, they need to redeem themselves by giving update on what has been happening, not just permanent silence, waiting for things to play out. That has always been a tradition from their end, but it is not
That's what
right.
it should be.
And
The,
within
the,
the
the last
system,
update was quite a long time ago, right?
yes, and the system allows them to always give updates, which they ought to, and they're not doing that.
Can we put
And
that as
let's
part
take
of
it
the
to the
petition?
police. I've already said that. It's part of the prayers.
Okay,
You, as
thank you.
public, you demand, you go and present it, and you follow up. Now, someone
Okay.
mentioned down that what about the letter Arifa gave at the State Assembly? We should ask those who presented letter, have they followed up on their letters? A lot of people will say they write petition. Yes, you write petition. Do you know the number of petition that is received by organization on a daily basis? How important is it for you to do follow up? Have you done a follow up? What kind of follow up are you doing? Are you calling them out on things you've asked them? Or you are just assuming and assuming? Because it's always easy to do the talk, but follow the procedure. You are dealing with organization. So that will be proceeding. So you mount your pressure on the organization to give you the response. That is it. Two, talking about getting journalists, the cheapest thing to get to cover an event is journalists. Once you have the people, journalists don't collect much from you. If it's an involving story, they pick it up. All you need today is very, very easy to get visual and audio. It will roll, it will be done. So these are very, very simple things to do. There are a lot of quick wins that should be done. A lot of quick wins. And they are not being done, and you are waiting for one day for someone to come out. They're not going to come out. Also, let me put police from the beginning of this matter have come from their first preliminary report where the direction of their investigation is. They came to it and told you this, our main suspect. This is what we find out that could lead to the death of the person. And those people have not been taken off the category of suspects. Now, it is the public that have gone into their own investigation, suggesting all manner of things. Therefore, if, for example, an organization have said, from our own investigation, this is what we have seen, and this is what we feel will be the cause of death. And in order to ascertain that, there are other things that has to be done. And there is a demand from the family that they should do an inquest. Because if you see this mohbad matter from beginning, it wasn't police that suggested inquest. It was through Barrister Falana that suggested an inquest. So that's what the family wants. They gave it to the family. Run an inquest. It means police is relying more on their own investigation. And according to police preliminary report, they've gotten 3 suspects that they see that, number one, the nurse that injected the disease and he had reaction, and she's an auxiliary nurse. She is not empowered to do such thing. One. Number two, they see conspiracy between the nurse and Spendy. Number three, from the report given to the police by the deceased widow and the deceased father, Prime Boy was mentioned, that he fought with him, and it was due to that fight that he sustained an injury that made Spending to introduce a nurse and for the nurse to inject him and for him to react to such injection and died. On those 3 premises, these 3 suspects were identified by the police. And police have said that they interrogated over 20 people, including Mumi herself. So if from the police point of view, police have a clear cut of what they think is the cause of death. However, it is also right for them to go through other processes as advised to the DPP by the lawyer to the family as a then Barrister Falana. That battered the inquest. So police have a clear direction. So all this talk from outside that it is Obema Kenje, it is DNA. You want to throw this video we saw, that 3 seconds thing, those are not police investigation. They are emanation from the public. It then suggests, if the police is looking through this direction and they feel they already have people that they will charge to court with it, if the family or the public have seen other place, it is left for them to demand to the police by request that these areas and these areas have things we've seen that need to be investigated or explored for better investigation. Now, it is not the police that will now beg for that because it is not part of police direction. So that comes as a burden to either the public or the family representation to pass what they want to them. So when and say police, police, government, government in this case is the police. Now when Jack was talking, Jack was saying government, government, police, police. I say police as the government. Now, if police from his own position have told us this is what it is, what we continuously want to hear from them is what is the update? Has there been any inclusion? The case that you took Samilari and what's the name of that former boss to court and they were bailed, why hasn't it continue in court? Because that has established a form of bullying that was before his death, which is a criminal matter. Why is it not being followed? These are things that the public should get involved in. Just as it is, the job of the public is as a gatekeeper, has to the authority that are given power according to the constitution given by the people to know that when they are discharging their duty, this duty are discharged in public interest. And if the public demands update